Well, hello, how are you doing? Just an update. I got weighed on Monday. It's now Wednesday. I've left my book at home because I've got dopey bollocks of a brain for the first 3 hours in the morning when I start work. But I'm pleased to say I lost half a pound, which takes me now to a total of a £9 loss, I think, in 5 weeks. I think it's 5 weeks, yeah. And I was quite pleased with that because last week, literally Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I went off the rails a little bit. I mean, like I say, we've got a caravan at Sillett and it's get cosy, and I just went to town because I had a Slim World meal, a Slim Fresh meal, should I say, and I've already said it tasted like Beecham's Lemsip powder. It was like rank, and then I just went off the scale, stopped using the app, stopped adding this and that and the other. But I was aware of what I was doing, and when I stood on the scales and I've seen it drop to half a pound, you know, I was chuffed to bits with a half a pound loss. It's a loss, and it took us to, like, say, that magic number, number 9. I'd be curious to feel what £9 actually weighs, and that's how much less I'm carrying, basically. I can tell just by sitting at my car because I have my seat position at the same distance, like I say, from the pedals and the steering wheel, and I've now got about 3/4 of an inch gap between my belly and touching the steering wheel. Well, beforehand, my belly was actually touching the steering wheel, so that's my little tape measure of my waist. That's my little measurement, basically. So that's mad, that, like. But yeah, it's that's a job of my taxi, that beeping noise. But yeah, basically, when I seen that number 9, I was like, I've got to protect that. You know, that number 9, that £9 loss is like, it's gold dust. That's an achievement. You know, it can be, you know, basically losing the weight is a lot easier than trying to keep it off. But it just shows you, even if you think you've not been on plan, or you just keep going to group if you can, because physically seeing somebody writing your results in a book really wakes you up. And like you say, you might be pleasantly surprised, like myself. You might have kid yourself thinking, oh, I've been really naughty, I'm gonna put weight on, I'm not gonna bloody bother going to group this week, waste the time, blah blah blah, because I'll have put about £2 on. And then you go home and then you binge eat for the week because you're in a sulk, not realising that you've actually lost half a pound because you haven't been as bad as you think. So honestly, I mean, last night, yesterday at work, I was raring to go. I had me porridge, my healthy extra in the morning, me jacket potato and me baked beans and me bagpipes, me haggis with no butter on my potato, and it was really, really nice. And that kept me full till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I get like a pummel of grapes, and sometimes a pummel of grapes will do me till I get home to get me tea. But yesterday I didn't have that pummel of grapes, and got home, had me tea, and I had a Slim Well meal from Aldi. I think it was a smoky beans and chicken meal. It was absolutely divine. And I had some peeled rice from Aldi. It was like in a packet, the one that you split and put it in the microwave. Bish bosh bosh, 2 minutes and it's done. Because when you've done like 10 hours at work and you get in, it's just brilliant to just ping the microwave on, and you're getting a decent meal down your neck. And I really, really enjoyed it. And you know, for £1.99 a meal, I mean, look, I know for a fact that the Slimmer World and stuff, they like, you know, they want you to buy their products and stuff, but you're bloody expensive. Do you know what I'm saying? You're an expensive. I mean, you know, where's the incentive to get people to eat healthy? You know, we're in tough times. We just come out of the pandemic, and fuel's rocketing up through the roof. And I know Slimming World meals have always been high anyway, but you know, I just don't understand why they're charging so much. Is it because they're a brand name? I don't know. But you know, I'm so pleased I found the Slimwell stuff, the Slimwell in Aldi, because it's just a ton cheaper. And there's sometimes as well I'll keep track of me sins, and then sometimes there's something like, I don't know, like psychologically knows that you're well within your sins, and sometimes, and I shouldn't do it really, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll not bother counting the rest of the day because I'll be alright. Because when I go home, I only used 7 sins. That was for me Angus McTavish haggis for me tatey. And the Slimwell meal is about 2 sins, and possibly the rice 1 at a push. So that's 10. So I had like 15 sins to play with. And I got myself a bowl of Frosties with some skimmed milk, or semi-skimmed. It's one of the two. I always get confused. It's part of your healthy extra B anyway. And I had that, and I didn't count it, and I had like 1 Aldi version of a penguin biscuit, which was 6 sins. But I know I'm not saying to do it, but I thought of, you know, I know for a fact I didn't do that bad yesterday. You know, I didn't push it. I just had that 1 biscuit after me Frosties, and the old me would have had about 10 of them biscuits, 8 of them biscuits. But I really need to stop doing the guesswork. I need to keep adding the sins, no matter, even if you think that you're being good, because physically putting the sins into the app sort of wakens you up. I mean, if I'd had measured them Frosties out I had last night, and let's say it was like 10 sins or something, and it sort of opens your eyes and say, oh, I've got 5 sins left, you know. So that's a habit I really need to get out of. But I definitely start to need to eat more fruit, I think. But for getting the sugar fix, and I always get the sugar fix at around about in the evening time, or like I say afternoon, I think grapes is brilliant. You know, they do the job for us, no bother at all. And there's one thing I didn't understand as well. It's like when you get into you've lost a lot of weight, and then, like you say, your weight slows down, or you haven't lost weight for a few weeks, and then some of your consultants will say, oh well, stop eating your grapes or cut down on your grapes. So I disagree in that, because I've made a healthier choice. I've chosen to eat grapes than have a Snickers bar or a Mars bar, and I'll continue to stick with that because I'm making a healthier choice. And sometimes, you know, when you're getting told, like, well, if I were you, I wouldn't be cut the grapes out for a while. It's like, well, no, because I've actually done good. I've made a better choice than having a Mars bar. So that's just my thought anyway. But it's Wednesday. I am on track, and not forgetting, I am feeling a lot better. I am feeling more alert, you know, as this weight's starting to come off. I went and got my annual bloods done at the doctor's yesterday, just to check everything's working with my medication I'm taking. My blood pressure was okay, and of course with your weight coming off, that's going to help your blood pressure. But I'm just taking small moves, and try not to think that you're restricting yourself too much. Try not to think, I cannot have this, I cannot have that, because when you start thinking that, that's when you possibly fail, because you don't want to feel restricted. Nobody's saying you can't have a chocolate bar. Nobody's saying you can have a packet of crisps. Nobody's saying you can have a sandwich with anything. You know, don't say you're restricted, you can't have this, because you can. But just count it. Sin it. Everything's sinnable. And that's what I've got to do. It's so easy just to put sins in. You've got a barcode scanner now, there's no excuse. So it's just every now and again you get a bit complacent, and I think I think we're all dead, didn't we? So anyway, that's enough of me doing enough of Chas and Dave's rabbit. I'm gonna crack on. I've had no breakfast this morning, 8:45, so I'll probably get a nice Greg's porridge, which is only I say only 11 cents, but hey, it's well within my sins, and I find that quite filling for a few hours. And it's only about £1.30 as well, and it's tasty, and I had a few sweets. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. So thanks for your subscriptions. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do, and give a thumbs up to the video, and God bless, and let's keep this healthy track going. See you later.